Time for the question. Yep, this is the last of the Umineko Episode 7 commentary. Let's open these doors. See where we at. I'll be honest, I read this too. I had read this after after my Tea Party commentary wound up getting deleted somehow. I was pretty pissed off and I was like, screw it, I'll read this too. Can't be that long. But yeah, as it turned out to be 5 minutes long. Right here, Bunker still tipped the two white pieces over. The white pieces are pretty much supposedly Leon and Will. So basically she won. She killed them. They're dead. I'm pissed because Bunkerstar didn't get what she deserved. She was practically immortal. She was sitting in her high horse the entire time. And she's doing all of this just because she supposedly got humiliated? Just because Erica lost? Yeah. Burn is a sore loser when you think about it. Here we got Federine. As you wished, I scraped out even the inner part of the guts. Was this enough to check your answers with? Yes, I am very satisfied. Using the answer you have revealed as a key, I will go back through all the tales so far, opening the closed rooms like treasure boxes one by one. It's fun finding the key, and it's even more fun to stick it into all the locks. When you think about this, yeah, Federine was the one who had told Bunkerstell to be the game master for episode 7. So, in other words, this entire time she was following Federine's orders. In a way, you could say that Federine is also a bitch. The way she talks, she doesn't come off as a bitch at all. But when you think about it, when you think that she's the one who gave all the orders, instigated everything, yeah, you can pretty much confirm that Federine is a bitch. And besides, we haven't seen Federine this entire time. It took us getting to the question part just to see it. Just to see her. It's not like I care. Just dry up and die, won't you? So long for the rest of time. You call a few mere centuries for the rest of time? I bet Federine was the one who put Angie in that theater too. You don't need this game board anymore. I'll take it. But Bunkerstell reached out towards Beatov's game board, which lay at the table in front of Federine's rocket chair, and tapped it twice. The game board and the pieces flew into the air, folded up and put themselves away, then landed on Bunkerstell's outstretched hand. Yeah, this is insane. I still haven't had a chance to do any real game mastering. I just did Beatov's funeral. That and tearing out the guts. What's this whole tearing out the guts thing? Oh, okay, you know what? Never mind. I shouldn't even be asking tearing out the guts part. So just saying that would be boring. Maybe I should call a business rules and stay in bed. Are you sure? There might be some witches with naive... There might still be some witches with naive dreams. this game will not have a happy ending. Ah, fuck. Why do we even bother? But you know, this whole tearing out the guts thing, I'll have to go ahead and assume that he means just pretty much giving us every single answer there is to the, I mean, all the way down to the details. That's what tearing out the guts means. But even so, that's still kind of a grotesque way of doing it. The way they put it. Oh, so here we're at a scene with a little girl crying, and somebody's walking up to her. Let's see who this is. Oh, Battler. Endless Sorcerer Battler. Where the hell was this guy all along? Battler, you ain't do shit you ain't do shit. This entire time you ain't do shit. Sure, if I were to go ahead and believe that Will is like your proxy or something, then maybe, yeah, you did do something. But let's think about it here. Battler, you ain't do shit. You ain't do anything. And here he's talking to Angie. I would assume that Angie is this is the 6-year-old Angie. So basically she's a little lowly right now. And Battler, he's gonna sit there and tell her a little story. He's gonna play the role of the reading rainbow guy. You know, don't you, Oni-chan? You know that mom and dad aren't bad people, right? Yeah, of course I know that. I know that none of them were bad people. Then tell me, what happened that day? What happened on Rokenjima? Okay, I'll tell you. This is what happened on that day. Is it a scary story? Come now. Is it a sad story? Of course not. Then what kind of story is it? You can decide that for yourself when you hear it. It isn't a painful story at all, so listen up. Where should I start? This is the final game. Oh my god. Really? Honestly, looking at all these big ass Japanese letters and credits. Die. Who are these people? What the hell is this? I'm hearing a pre-holder. BT. Oh wait, that guy's dead. He keeps his best friend, aka lover, aka whoever the hell else BT is supposed to be. BT. Funny. So, I didn't really understand this whole thing much, but if I were to go ahead and try to make sense of seeing Glowly Angie all of a sudden, and the fact that she knows that Kiria and Rudolph went around killing everybody, you know, saying as if somebody just told her a really bad story or something. If I were to take it as that, I would think that Angie, the one that we all know, the 12 years later one, she winds up apparently. Let's just say I think when she got turned back into scrap meat after freaking out, she didn't necessarily turn back into scrap meat per se. She didn't really die again. Instead, she just became a loli. Meta Angie is now a loli. That's the only kind of explanation we can get. And honestly, what the hell is What the hell is Rikishi thinking? Um, I mean, when they say tear, I mean, with this whole tearing out the guts thing that Bunker still got going on, she keeps saying tearing out the guts. I would take it as a metaphor for saying that she wants to expose every single detail of the game, all the way down to the letter. When you think about it that way, it's probably trying to make you feel bad for wanting to know every single little thing, and that it's trying to make you wonder whether or not you should keep the cat box. I mean, whether you should open the cat box or close it. I mean, can't we just open up the cat box without it sounding so? Would I make it look like such a disgusting and terrible thing? That's really what this is all about. You open the cat box, you're tearing out the guts. That's all I can talk about. And now I shall go ahead. And now that we're done here, we can go ahead and let's look at the tips a bit. Episode 7 tips. Now, as you can tell, nobody in here. I mean, let's see if we. Let me hit the execute button, see if anybody dies. As you can see, you don't see any red dots here or anything, which means all the deaths that happened were all Tea Party deaths, and they don't necessarily count. Here we got young Kenzo here, totally a reused battler sprite. The man who will eventually become the final head of the Ushiromiya family spent half his life living lethargically as a human puppet. Yeah, when I saw young Kenzo, I just laughed because that's just wrong. And on top of that, his uniform, if he was supposed to be like in the Japanese military, his uniform is like way off. He looked like a safari tour guide with that outfit on. And now we got Bunkerstone. She is a nut. I mean, who knew? This whole tearing out the guts thing she got going on. Yeah, she's really making herself out to be a really cruel and evil bitch that can't really be touched at all. So let's see. When you think about it, it's still insane. And here we got Beatrice Castiglione, an Italian. Her father was a high official in the RSI. The light-hearted woman who did not lose that personality even after living a long time in a submarine. Since she was the only one of the Italians who could speak English, she began to form a close relationship with Kenzo, who was the only Japanese person who could speak that language. Kenzo recalls that he learned what love was for the first time when he met her. This meeting had a great effect on his fate and that of Okajima. Now you see, I think it was her arrival, the Italians and all of that stuff, that pretty much just being one of the few, that pretty much just kick-started everything for everything. Kenzo falling in love with this Italian right here. We get our gold, we basically pretty much get our gold, the bombs, the submarine, all of that good stuff. World War II military items. I would guess that there were plenty more guns other than those Winchester rifles. But you know, they should have been killing each other. I mean, now that I think about it, Kiria and Rudolph, they should have been killing each other with AK-47s. You know what? I kind of deep down, I kind of figured that, considering how smart Kiria is, there were times where I actually thought she'd be the culprit. But then, when they exposed who the culprit was, I pretty much began to assume that Shannon here is the culprit, considering that she's got, like, a whole bunch of personalities or whatever. We got Yasu, Claire, Gop, blah blah, whoever the hell else. And you have that. Um, I mean, when you think about it, she's the one. I mean, think about her as the sole murderer of everything, instead of Kirya and Rudolph. I mean, that would explain all the closed rooms. She confessed that she was going to kill everybody if they didn't solve the riddle. So, yeah, Cannon doesn't even exist, so I don't see why the hell he's even still there. Regalia, we only saw her at the beginning of episode 3. We got Mono. We got Gup. Yeah. She turned out to be the first Beato. So she wasn't originally... Her name originally was not Gup at all. Crazy. And Claire right here, they never really, I mean, I can't exactly execute her at all, so, the tips didn't really update itself. I thought I'd go ahead and see some real updates on the tips. Same goes for Will and Leon, too. I mean, when the Tea Party ended, I was assuming that we got ourselves a Bolivian army ending. You know, the kind where you, two people are surrounded by zombies or an army of creatures or something, and then the movie ends when they, prepare to go into one last battle, and you think, and it's only safe to assume that they die. I assume that, Leon and Will, well, pretty much died. Yeah. Oh, and the stakes. This is insane. This is all just rehashed images in the holiday. We just got total, we basically got ourselves a all the stakes became, maids. All with the same outfit as Shannon. I mean, but Shannon, I can understand why her outfit looks like that, just to expose the one-winged eagle. But why the hell do they have to have the same thing? Just so they could show off a little more skin or something. I mean, they show enough skin in the actual stake forms. See, I mean, they show enough skin like right around here. I mean, it's a pretty suggestive outfit. I mean, considering it's like a rehash of the Angel Mort outfit in Higurashi, but yeah, insane. But yeah, you know what, Will? He is the ultimate badass. He is the number one badass of Umineko, just by far. He instantly topped whoever else was supposed to be a badass. And I miss Delano too, because like she didn't appear in this episode at all. Yeah, this is the epitaph. I never bothered to solve it, but basically we got a straight up answer to that epitaph. And this whole SSVD, I don't care about that. And now let's go to the music box. Let's check out some of the music we got. Let's see. I remember Liberator being here. Let's see. Okay. LE4 October. Yeah, this is all the episode 7 music right here. This is one of my favorite. This was one of my favorite ones that I liked. I I would just say land circulation right here. This is one of my favorites. And then I got reflection call. Reflection call. I like this one too. So I mean, reflection call. That was one of my favorites. I mean, cause I just like I just like the piano parts to it. The pianos and all of that. I mean, I've always been like a lover of the piano music and all of that. Mixed in with it. I mean, mixed in with my music. That's always been my favorite kind of thing. Right here, well, I'm kind of indifferent about this music, but I feel like this really fit the scene when Shannon all of a sudden went blue screen of death on me. That was just, that freaked me out. It made me go, what the fuck? Right here we got Boral. This here, right? I mean, this music here. I feel like this also fit with the whole military thing. I mean, with the Italians coming in. For some reason, I actually like it. Despite the vocals here. I mean, I kind of like it because it just actually goes well together for some reason. Even though the vocals just sound really weird. Ballet Continuer. Now you see, I never really bothered to listen to this track here fully, but like when I played the episode through, it actually grew on me. This track here grew on me pretty good. Well, I got used to that music, but it's not exactly one of my favorites. I'll probably listen to it when I really want to relax or something. But like, even then, it's not exactly one of my top choices to relax to. Now this here, I liked this one because it just kind of fit. I mean, it fit the mystery thing. Like when something mysteriously new happens, that you hear that music, and it actually fits, because at the same time I actually like it, because I feel like I have those moments in my life where it just calls for this kind of music. I mean, you feel like something mysterious happens, right? Something mysterious happens among the people you know, and well, there's a conversation going on about that mystery, and you just want to listen to this music here. Far. Now, I actually like the original Far better for some reason. The flat one just doesn't do it for me. It just sounds a little, it sounds like it's missing something. No, not my favorite kind of thing. No, I liked this one right here by ZTS. Like I said, he make good music. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my one of the ones I liked, because you see, I think I really started liking it when the further it goes into the music. Like the first, in the beginning, it kind of takes a little bit to get used to. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry about that, but yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to. But like when you once you get into it, yeah, you'll just sink right into it. I actually like this one better than the other one because it sounds like a pirate ship. A pirate ship. look, it says Puppet Show. That's the name. I mean, that's the title of this music here. And then, I mean, and looking at that, I think of Pinocchio. Sheehan. Yeah, I think this title right here is supposedly it's like some sort of way to just mess with everything. You could think of it as I mean, you could think of it as another bit of gender confusion. I mean, if it's the fueling on the fact that we don't know Leon's gender. But I'm still gonna go ahead and say, well, no, can I stick with my alternative dimension theory? That Yasu being a female and Leon might actually be male due to the universe he came from. But you know what? As for this music, when I first heard it, it actually kind of made me feel sad, because I mean, it just made me feel even more bad for Shannon, who was in love with Battler. My God, Battler, you are such a dickhead. Yeah, I wasn't feeling this music. It just wasn't. It just don't exactly have what I'm looking for. Now I love the beginning of this. The fast movement of the piano. I mean, the fast piano keys. I just like the beginning of it. You know, it's called End of the World. I like this one though. This one's also on the top of my list. As far as music goes, for episode 7 music goes. So yeah. Chop. Golden Nocturne. Golden Nocturne insert song. When you think about it, I feel like I would have felt better hearing Dream In Discharger when Will was cutting her down for some reason. I don't know why. But you know, but I grew to like this one when I started hearing the guitar in the background too. The guitar just kind of, you know, really makes this track. Goddess Gardenia. Let's see. Yeah, not exactly one of my favorites, but I got used to it, of course. Ridicule. Definitely. Now this is my number one track. I mean, this is my number one track. And hell, look, it's by ZTS too. Ridicule. Seriously, man. I love this track because it just, it just makes my imagination go wild. I mean, I could think of so many things to write. I mean, I write things. I write stuff anyway, but this makes my imagination go wild. I love music that can make my imagination run wild, and this is one of them. So, I can think of some sort of intense scene, where a person is just completely corrupt, and they just want to go ahead and kill everybody. This is what Kyria here. She went on here and killed everybody. In fact, this is pretty much her theme right here. They played this theme every time she started scheming and killing everybody. And this Rudolph. He kills George. He looks like a mafia man with that gun. A member of the mafia, even though his hands look like hamsters. I mean, hamster hands. But yeah, it took a little, time to get used to this one. But I wasn't a fan of this track. And now look at this. The Executioner. When Willhead came back, it started showing how badass he was. He burns cats. He started slashing cats. He had a black and white sword. I mean, when this music played and Wills just showed up, I mean, that just had to be my absolute favorite part of episode 7. Even, I mean, it's the tea party, yeah, but man, that was my favorite part. Will just kicking ass, owning just started owning. He didn't exactly own Bunkerstell though, because, well, it's like she's a god. And, well, he couldn't even cut her. No, he cut her, but no damage was done. So, I really hope something happened to the burn. Like, maybe, I really hope somebody or someone does something to that bitch. But yeah, I love this track though. I didn't even listen to the full thing in the very beginning when the soundtrack was made and I downloaded it. But yeah, after listening to it in full, I love it. But yeah, let's check this track out. And look at Endless Sorcerer Battler. Where the hell was this guy? Why wasn't he around? Where was he the entire time? Was he just sitting? I mean, was he just lying in wait? Oh, what? This is just weird. Ah, well. Song without a name. Yeah. Not exactly one of my favorites. Yeah, I could go ahead and just not exactly one of my favorites, but you know what? I really love this this box. This music box. Yeah. So with that being said, I have to say I had a good time playing Umineko Episode 7. Umineko Episode 7. Episode 7, Requiem of the Golden Witch. That was a pretty good episode. It provided an interesting turn of events. You know, and of course it provided us Will, one hell of a badass. And at the same time, we also gotta give props to it for actually giving us a lot more answers than we had thought. But you know, as usual, we're still left with a few more questions. Are we really to believe that Kyria is really the killer here? Well, I guess I could go ahead and say yes, since Bunkerstell was able to say it in red. This is the truth, but she never finished her sentence either when Angie went on here and said, covered out that red truth. So, and then Angie is a lowly again, and then she's met by Battler, the Endless Sorcerer, and he's about to go ahead and tell her the whole story. Are we really to believe that Battler is going to tell a 6-year-old that tell a 6-year-old the entire truth of Rokkenjima? Are we really gonna have a happy ending? I keep hearing that Ryukishi said in the interview that we won't be getting a happy ending, and then it was also said in red, this story will not have a happy ending. What the fuck? I want my happy ending actually. So I mean, because I don't exactly want the bad guys to win, but at the same time, I get the feeling the bad guys are in our position, the one that wants the answers. So yeah, with that, I say yay. Erica, we hardly knew ye. And with that, I end the commentary on this note. Thank you for watching all of the commentary, and I hope you enjoyed it.